everybody. How are y'all doing? Um, what happened was he lost all electricity and stuff and couldn't steer it away from it, and it went right into the bridge. Carl, Danny, Amy, um, of course, Pegalicious. How are y'all doing today? Arrow, I'm gonna ask if we can have at least 2 minutes of a moment of silence. Hey, cool
It's
gamer.
okay. That's my
Um,
line.
You sound different. It's cause this there.
She got a
I'm gonna take.
birthday gift. It's a headphone with a mic. Kenny got it
Yeah.
for her. So she's going in style now.
um. So what we're gonna do is have 2 minutes of moment of silence. It's 7:40. It just turned 7:46. So at 7:48 we will end it, and we're gonna
Oh,
start now. Okay. Thank y'all. And I hope and pray that they do find some survivors. But that water is 40 something degrees. Um. That's pretty cold. I know they did find two. I know of.
well,
Hey,
they
Grace.
say it's better to fall in cold water and be revived than fall in warm water and that you can't be revived.
Yeah.
So if I'm gonna fall in water, I'd rather fall in water that might slow me down and he can save me. But the only water around me is 80 degrees. It's bath water out here. I go in the water, I'm done for. But I won't because there's sharks, so there's that too. There, just saying.
Okay. Um. So before I start playing the video, I want to read something to y'all, and I want to know if anybody know if there's any truth to it. But the Cajun Navy 2016 put out a statement and said,
Go
don't be
ahead.
con-
No, sorry.
oh, don't be confused. There are several groups that use the Cajun Navy name. Check the page's info to see the timeline as to when the groups were formed. There was no formal Cajun Navy groups formed during Katrina. One thing our organization is, and that is honest with the people. And that's a different Cajun Navy that's out there. Um, so I don't
Mm.
know.
Well, somewhere, and I don't know if it's in this one or a different one, but near Nancy Grace, the Cajun Navy comes up and they have a long talk about what's going on out there. So I think a certain creator tried to say they weren't real.
My
Um,
it's off. Um, yeah, it was a different. The Cajun Navy that Nancy Grace. See, this came out today. I
well,
believe it was today.
I'm
I,
just
I
saying,
found it today.
I would take that with a grain of salt because that's
So,
just. mm, I think somebody got their feelies hurt and they made this up and they went out and they're spreading this like wildfire. And I'm
like
not.
you can check the one that posted though. They do have like it is a legitimate. It's legit. The one that posted, like you can check their page and it's completely legit.
Well, I'm
Um,
just saying.
I don't know
I'm
about the one that's out there,
Well, that's
but
like the people kept saying, "Well, why is that guy from Cajun Navy got an airboat? There's no place to use an airboat." Well, he came from the Riley search. He didn't go back to North Carolina, drop his boat off, and come back. He left from there and came there to help.
yeah,
People, I just
I think
oh,
I
mm,
think maybe the reason why maybe somebody said something is because like they're putting the boat in the news like they're right there using it or something. Maybe I don't
I,
know. That's how it showed up on my news channel today.
all I know is a bunch of social media people have been approached and told you either sign on the dotted line and join our group and then in order
I,
to join the group you cannot take a cell phone, you cannot take anything to video your search, and if you're caught doing it there's a penalty, whether it's jail time or whatever. They're all being told they cannot do that,
tomorrow.
and they're
I,
mad and they are fit to be tied that they're being told how to do an investigation. Well, yeah, it's cutting into their money time. So, and this is coming from the law
MG.
enforcement in Cajun Nation. So there's that. Oh, you got a puppy.
Oh, that's
Oh,
awesome.
puppies, a puppy.
Okay, y'all. So I'm going to be playing Nancy Grace. I do ask that everybody respects the creator that I'm playing. We're here to listen, to what the biological dad has to say. So that's what we're going to do today. So we're going to down tootin'.
You better not be tooting. That isn't very ladylike.
Now, let me see if I can figure out how to get to my photos. Oh, I'm always feeling like somebody's watching me. Oh, Lord. Okay. How do photos? You need to memorize. How do you say that? Mem
Nope.
mem.
I burp a lot, Lilith. Well, welcome. Is it the froggies?
It's frozen. Am I frozen?
No.
Okay.
Wait, now you are. Move. Well, you moved and then you stopped. Are you moving or are you holding still?
I, I'm. I think I'm unfroze now. 1 second. I'm.
Hi, Kins. Is it Kins? I can't see. Kinsley? Uh huh. Hello. Welcome to Defoggers. And, well, I didn't say I never fluffed. I just said that I usually burp.
What she said.
I try not to. That's should be done in the. Okay, yeah. Sorry, honey. I hate to do this, baby, but you're not old enough to be in here. I'm sorry.
Okay. Now, how do I go back to you?
I have to
Where are
tap
you at?
you.
You're over here. Okay. I'm going to push play. Um,
Okay, defoggies, I think you're safe. Just so that they know that you have to be 18 or older to be in here because we do sometimes cover adult subjects. And it is posted at the beginning of the live. And unfortunately, little Miss Brown was not old enough to be amongst us. So,
can y'all hear it or no?
no, I can't.
Can you hear that?
You moaning? Yeah. Them talking? No.
Okay.
Like I said, you're good, Rogers. I I saw your video with your hands, so I would say I think you're amongst friends. Carlotta's not a fluffy. That's the whole ass woman. I like that. That and Progress said she had to wait to get the little one to bed, and she didn't say the word slay, so I knew she was safe. So there's that.
So, how do I share, Danny? I'm stuck. So, I can share no problem
Do you have to
from
check
the,
the volume?
well, yeah, but it lets me share no problem for the Chrome tab. But when I try to share from my Windows, it says to share audio, share a tab or screen instead. What does that mean?
Shit if I know.
Share my screen up here?
Well, weren't you doing that though when you brought them up? And that sharing the screen?
Show your presentation. Share a video file from your computer. Is it a file?
I'm just a sidekick. I don't know.
It's not. Today,
Right,
7:50.
Amy? She she gives it an old fashioned try. Nobody can complain about that. No siree, Jim, Baba, and George. And George
Present.
was the fun one, by the way. Sorry.
Share a video file from the Restream storage. Let me see if I can show you a presentation. Presentation.
If we get
Upload.
kicked, we'll be back.
Yeah.
We all know how to restart if something bad happens. Well, just saying.
Maybe I should put that video under files. Fudge. I don't know.
Oh, Annie, what are you supposed to do?
Wait. Share.
Annie, come up, walk her through it.
Oh, this is
You're muted.
horrible. Let me see.
Calling Danny. Danny, your services are required. Danny, please take the link.
Save to
Oh, you might have
files.
to. You'd have to reshare the link, I think. Oh well. Oops. Oh, my dinner smells so good. I am getting so hungry. Oh,
Okay. Nancy Grace.
windbag. No,
Save.
she's gonna boot me one day, people.
What'd you say?
Windbag.
Hoe bag.
What did you just say?
You called me windbag.
No, Nancy Grace. Not
Oh,
you. Good golly,
I
Miss
thought you
Molly.
called me a windbag.
No, Nancy Grace is.
I can't
Again,
even see.
sorry, Hansel, Hannah, Lisa, you're not old enough. Sorry. And Hannah Lisa has been removed for 24 hours. Nobody should have ever gave me a wrench. Yeah.
Upload video.
I'm on a strike today. I better slow down and let Amy and AR get a few.
Downloads.
Click that beautiful bean footage.
Oh, bam.
There she
Oh,
is.
yeah.
Danny, get up here. You're
Look,
required. We
I
need
think
you.
I
Well, maybe
found
not.
it.
Uh-oh. Maybe she got it.
Oh,
I spoke too
wow.
soon. Let's see.
Well, yeah, let's see first.
Yeah.
Let me go back to here.
Be on
And
standby, Danny. We might need you to get up here. Hi, Arrow. By the way, hello, hello. I think I had a little too much caffeine today.
Pay's losing it,
Hey,
y'all.
Mr. J. I've never had it. Who lied to you? Hey, Mr. J. All we need is drunk. Where's drunk? Calling drunk. Drunk. Come to the show. Drunk. Where are you?
Invalid video file. I think it's too big. It's like, okay, y'all. So I'm going to have to do what I didn't want to do.
Play it on one and show it to us.
No, we're just
Oh,
going to have to hear their voice. I had it where we could see the facial reaction, see their faces during it.
well,
And
it's
it's,
just the dad, right? The biological dad, right?
yeah.
Well, none of us think any of them are guilty, so go ahead and just play the voice. I'm just, I'm just saying. I don't think any of the parents did it, so that's my vote. So,
Is it Natalie that was here before? Yes.
hmm drunk, where are you? We miss you.
I'm going to try it one more time.
Okay, I'm just filling in while you try to pull up your video.
That's crazy. How can they do this to me?
Crazy, or feeling
Is on your
so
side.
lonely. That's wrong song. That's
Did
nationwide.
not start video has unsupportive format. What does that mean?
The
Okay.
format's not supported.
Well, up in you stinking Chromebook.
Well, yeah, Danny, I think all three of them. Mother, father, stepfather. I think all three of them are innocent, but that's just my feelings on this, you know.
Okay, so we're just gonna go to crime stories. We're gonna just let me turn on my background music before I start so I don't get in trouble. Hold on. I'm always feeling like somebody's watching me.
Well, close your shades and nobody will be watching you.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, my shades are all closed because I don't like the heat coming in, though.
Oh, it's cold out there. Is my volume up? Y'all can hear that?
Well, the team of Carlotta, him, and VTX is on it, people. We're going to have a very interesting video when they're done. Yes, I can hear it.
Okay. Share.
You want Judge Judy to have raised you, Amy? No, I'll pass.
Okay. Oops.
Closing off my mic.
Our best price guarantee. Uh-oh, better get Mako.
Attention, attention. I'm calling on the trendsetters and the underdogs, the disruptors and the slept on, the ones who've been told they're too much. Welcome to NFL Flag. In this game,
You're
I got to peek around my own name. Look at this. I'm hidden behind my name.
Crime Stories with Nancy Grace.
There we go. If y'all want to see their
Where
faces,
is
you have to go
a
to Nancy
missing
Grace and watch them.
autistic teen,
Ew, I know.
Sebastian
Ew.
Rogers? The hunt is on for this boy. Did he wander away from home entirely barefoot? This as eerie surveillance footage emerges outside Sebastian's home purportedly of two people with flashlights. What does that mean? I'm Nancy Grace. This is Crime Stories. Thank you for being with us here at Crime Stories and on Sirius XM 111.
88, hello.
First of all,
Here, 18
listen
plus,
to this.
When I woke him up for school, he wasn't there. I took a second and walked through the house looking for him in case he'd gotten up and was trying to get breakfast or something, because he did that sometimes. About 3 minutes in, give or take, I was on the phone with my husband. I said, I can't find him. He said, what do you mean you can't find him? I said, he's not there.
You're hearing Sebastian's mother describing the moment that she realizes Sebastian is gone. Again, I'm Nancy Grace, and I want to thank you for being with us. The search for Sebastian is on. And let me, right off the top, give you the tip line, 615-451-3838. Repeat, 615-451-3838. This boy needs our help.
Yes.
Where is Sebastian? Joining me, an all-star panel to make sense of what we know right now. But first, I want to go out to a very special guest. This is Sebastian's father joining us, Seth Rogers. Mr. Rogers,
Me too, Marion.
thank you for being with us. Could you recount for us
My opinion.
when you learned Sebastian is missing? I know it just seems completely surreal.
There's no words for it. I mean, when I found out that he was gone, I was just like, I headed over to Katie's house, see what was going on, and he's not here. I don't know where he's at. I've been looking for him every day.
Seth, what have you been doing to look for him every day? And I know that to be true. You are looking for him every day. This young boy is autistic.
Yeah.
He may not, in a scared and emotional and lost state, he may not even be able to tell someone who he is and where his home is.
That's
He
true.
is out there lost, and the Lord only knows where. Seth, what have you been doing to find Sebastian?
Been handing out flyers every day. I've been on some podcasts. I've done some face-to-face interviews on the news. I'm just anything I can. I've been to the south side of Nashville. I've been to Franklin. I've been to Bellevue. I've been through Henderson. I've been through Gallatin. I've been through Clarksville. I've been through Oak Grove, Kentucky. I mean, I'm handing out flyers, finding out. I mean, I want everybody to see my son and know that he's missing, and that if you see him, call 911. I need my son back.
I'm just trying to get my mind around what
Limited material being
you
discussed here.
and Sebastian and his mom are going through.
Yes, ma'am.
Because when I go in to wake up my twins, if they're not in the bed, which is rare, they're usually still asleep. If they're not in the bed, I immediately glance in the bathroom, and if they're not there, that's totally out of character. They're always right there in their bedroom in the morning when I wake them up. And that would be totally out of the normal if they weren't there. Tell me your understanding of what happened.
Katie told me that when she woke up Monday morning that he wasn't in his room and she can't find him. And I heard that once I got there. When I got off of work, I had a text message from the stepfather, Chris, and a missed phone call, and I called him, and he told me that Sebastian was missing, and he didn't know what had happened.
So Seth, to your understanding, when you get there to the scene, what time did you get to the home that day?
I got the message at about 7:20. I was there at about 8 o'clock.
So immediately, when you got to the home, tell me about the state of the home.
The home?
Wait, can I ask a question? Does anybody know if Bio Dad was at work all night? Like what time he went to work and what? I know he got off at 7 something in the morning, but I was just curious about maybe what time he went to work the night before. I mean, just a question. Can people please? Oh, thank you, Marion. You don't know. If you know, you can put it in chat.
The home was clean. I mean, Looked like it normally did when I walked in.
So, were there any signs of forced entry at the front or back door or on Sebastian's window that you could observe?
No, there was none.
Was anything stolen from the home?
Not that I was informed of.
Do you know if there are burglar lights, motion sensor lights that would turn on if someone moved on the perimeter of the home?
No, ma'am.
Okay. I'm trying to understand his daily routine. Did Sebastian get up every morning and go to school?
Yes, ma'am.
What school?
Beach High School.
How far away?
I think it's like 0.6 miles.
6 miles? Did you say 6 miles?
0.6.
0.6 miles, very close to home. Did he walk or take a bus or ride a bike?
He rode the bus.
He rode the bus. Is he mainstreamed? He is autistic. Is he mainstreamed with other students?
He's in their Why We Try program.
What is that?
It's for the special needs children, where they are doing the same tasks that the mainstream does, but they get a little bit extra time. You know, if they have like 30 questions, then in the Why We Try program, they get like 20, and they get extra time to answer them.
Okay, I'm trying to understand. That morning, your wife...
Can I say that that's awesome that he was in a program like that? That's amazing. I'm glad that there's programs out there like that.
Your ex calls you about 7:20 a.m. Would that have been on a school day?
No, it was her husband that called me.
Okay. Was that at 7:20 a.m.?
No, 7:20 a.m. is when I got to my vehicle, because I got off of work at 7. My shift ended at 7. By the time I found out to make sure that I did.
What's an IEP? You'll have to tell me what an IEP is.
Didn't have to stay over or anything. Then I got to my truck about
IEP
7:20.
is an individual
They had texted
learning
me
program.
and tried to call me on my cell
Educational
phone
program.
at
Sorry.
around 6:20.
Oh,
And you found out
probably,
about it
yeah.
at 7:20, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Probably.
Okay. Mr. Rogers, did he go missing on a school day?
From my understanding, she put him to bed Sunday night, and yes, Monday morning he's missing.
Okay, so he's in his room Sunday night. Monday morning, he's gone out of his home. Could you tell me the level of the severity of his autism?
Hold on.
He's very intelligent. He's very smart.
Peg?
What?
Amy says, can you explain what an IEP is?
Yeah, it's an individual educational program. What they do is they're given tutors for like math and reading. Like my son is very low in they had him down as slow in reading and math. When he would come test time, my son has a problem connecting from here to the pencil. So if he has to do an essay, he could never finish them. So he would be taken to another room and he would verbally tell someone and they would write his answer down. Okay. That way he could finish the test. So each individual person has what they need to, and like I said, I don't know why they said he was low in math. I mean, the kid took algebra 1 and 2 and geography and passed with an A. But that is what it is. But carry on.
That's awesome. Thank you, Peg.
He just lacks social skills and reading of people's body language. He likes things to be in a routine. He likes to control his environment.
I'm looking at Sebastian right now, and it is breaking my heart thinking of this young boy, this autistic boy, possibly out in the wild, possibly with strangers he doesn't know. What would his reaction be to that, Seth Rogers?
I don't know, because I've never seen him have to deal with this. Most of the time, if he's with me, he gets his information from me about interacting with people. If I sit there and I'm meeting new people, I talk to him. It's like, son, you can introduce yourself if you would like. If he does, he does. If he doesn't want to, I don't make him.
Seth, when was the last time you can verify that he was alive and well?
When I talked to him on Thursday.
How often do you see him?
I get to see him every other weekend. If he's on like a spring break or a fall break, or he's got an extended time away from school for like school days. When we had the weather was bad out here and they canceled school, he was with me. Summer breaks, I get him whenever he's not in school.
Seth, whenever you have the opportunity to be with Sebastian, isn't it true?
So they were going to end up changing. Is that how that was going to work? When he was going to stay with his dad through the school year and then go to his mom for the, okay.
Yeah.
That you exercise that opportunity. You are with him every chance possible under the law.
Yes, ma'am.
Guys, I'm bringing in the rest of the panel. You are hearing Seth Rogers describe the moment he gets off of work around 7 a.m., gets to his vehicle, and realizes his wife and the stepdad have been calling and texting him since around 6:20-ish a.m. It's on a Monday morning to tell him his son, an autistic boy, is missing from their home. And from what I can tell right now, you heard Aaron Cantrell jumping in earlier, and thank you for that, Aaron. Please don't hold back, Aaron. We're not having high tea at Windsor Castle. Aaron is joining us from News Channel 5 in Nashville. Aaron, thank you for being with us. I don't hear anything so far about a forced entry, about a window being open, about anything being taken from the home. I understand that the mother put him to bed at regular bedtime for school the next morning, and that around 6 to 6:20 a.m. Monday morning, she says she goes into his bedroom to wake him, and he is gone. Aaron or Seth or anyone else on the panel, do we know that anything else was missing, such as his backpack, a cell phone, something he liked? Do we know anything about anything missing from the home?
His mother said that he's missing a keychain flashlight. That's it.
His keychain flashlight. Interesting, Seth Rogers. When I come in, I put my driver's license and credit cards, which are in a rubber band. That's my pocketbook. All of that, and my key in a certain spot in the kitchen. Rarely do I put it anywhere else. This is what I'm asking, Seth. You told me that your son, autistic boy, Sebastian, likes things in a certain way, in a routine, like many of us. Would he have had that flashlight? Now,
yes, Amy. He was, oh, yeah, that's right. I never even thought that he had, yeah, it was, they went out to eat and to the bowling alley and all that on Sunday. And then whenever she went to wake him up for school, the next day he wasn't there after putting him to bed.
I believe you said keys, flashlight and keys attached to each other.
It's a keychain flashlight. It's a flashlight that would go on your keys.
I bet he always put them in a certain place, didn't he?
In my house, all of his stuff is in his upper drawer. When the police showed up at my house to look, upper drawer, house key, wallet, everything's in his upper drawer.
Attention.
So basically they're saying like Sebastian is very organized with his stuff. Like he knows where everything is. You know, he knows where his shoes are, and he never leaves the house without shoes. Basically he's a very organized child.
No, I didn't.
All he took was the a keychain flashlight is missing. That's the only thing missing.
Attention. I'm calling on the trendsetters and the underdog.
The absolute
is
water to it. So it's not, yeah.
The last time I had him for that, the last
such routine.
Yeah.
As I
I'm trying to
believe.
get right back on.
wallet, everything's in his upper drawer.
Okay.
A cell phone.
You can get the amazing Meaningful Beauty system
I'll be
for
back
just
in just a
$49.95. That includes our introductory 5-piece system, free gifts, free shipping, and a 60-day money-back guarantee. All of that available at meaningfulbeauty.com.
All these kids are just...
Do you see the deals on these brands? Of course you can't. This is a podcast.
Well.
But when you go to Ross this spring, you'll see brands you know at prices you love. We're talking all the shoes, hues, and oohs at 20 to 60% off department store prices. Go see the savings
off,
at Ross.
Have any complaints about that? Let him customer service know.
Crime Stories with Nancy Grace. Joining me right now is an expert, a board-certified behavior analyst, an autism expert, chief clinical officer with Little Stars Therapy Services, Courtney Lasky. Thank you so much for being with us. Isn't it true that autistic children, like many of us, like things to be in a certain order for many, many varied reasons? If this was missing from Sebastian's home, I would venture to hypothesize.
Yes, Amy.
He took it with him.
Correct. Yes. And, without knowing Sebastian personally, I can't make any assumptions about his behavior, but knowing that this was not a typical history for him to wander, to leave the house in the middle of the night, it is interesting that he did leave with that keychain flashlight.
Another thing, which is quite the dichotomy, Courtney Lasky, and I'm going to throw this to you as well, Seth Rogers. If he was in such routine, as I believe he was, due to his circumstances being autistic, why would he have left without his shoes? That is not his routine. This is not a child that leaves a home without his shoes. First of all, Seth, how do I know he didn't have his shoes?
3 pairs of shoes were at the front door. His old tennis shoes, his new tennis shoes that his mama had just bought him, and the boots that I had just bought him.
Is it possible he wore another set of shoes?
His feet were growing. The last time I had him for the last weekend I had him, his mama told me that his shoes weren't fitting anymore. And she asked me to get him shoes. And we wanted a pair of boots, so we went to Boot Barn and got him a pair of boots.
Is it possible he wore a different pair of shoes?
I don't think so, because if he's not fitting into them, she gets rid of them.
Okay, let me tell you something, Seth. My son and daughter have one of those shoe racks.
What is it?
I'm just going after her because I think she's gonna say something stupid. So I'm just doing it quiet.
Where's your duct tape? Where's your duct tape?
I don't do duct tape.
We're gonna find you some. I'm gonna send you some colorful duct tape.
Racks over the back of their closet door, and I see those closet doors 10 times a day. I would see if shoes were missing. I would know that.
There's no shoes in his room.
Okay, there's my answer. He left without his shoes on.
Shoes get taken off at the front door, same as my house.
Same here. I always have people take their shoes off at the door. Just habit. So there were no shoes in his room. All his shoes were still sitting at the door. Can we confirm that, Seth?
Yes, ma'am.
Guys, you may think, why is she asking and asking and asking about the same thing? I'll tell you why. Behavioral evidence of routine. Hold on, Courtney Lasky, because this touches on you as well. Dr. Sherry Schwartz is with me, forensic psychologist specializing in victim advocacy at panthermitigation.com. Dr. Sherry, thank you for being with us. Dr. Sherry, when I say routine evidence, I don't mean mundane evidence, just, the regular evidence. I mean evidence of routine. For instance, if I came and sat down in this chair in this studio and Jackie was not right there, she would either be dead or on the way or in the hospital, period. Because that's her routine, right? So this autistic child would not have left in the middle of the night without a pair of shoes on. And that is telling me something probatively. It proves something to me. What do you think of it, Dr. Sherry?
I agree completely, Nancy. I actually saw an interview that Mr. Rogers gave about this particular issue and how when he was younger, Sebastian, he went outside barefoot and he stepped into an anthill of fire ants. And so Dad doesn't believe that he would go out barefoot. And so this goes to that behavioral evidence that you're talking about. This is another fact that's very important that we need to pay attention to, because this is not something that Sebastian would normally do, and we know this because he's had a prior experience. So these are really important cues in an investigation like this.
Dr. Sherry Schwartz, a lot of people may think that means nothing, that I can't find his shoes, but it means a lot to me, and I guarantee you it would mean a lot to any mother or father hearing this evidence. Seth, what does it mean to you? Was he prone to go outside and wander around at all, period, number one, at night in the dark, number two, and without his shoes on, number three? Would he ever have done that, Seth?
No. I mean, the only time he goes outside at night at my house is to put the trash in the trash can, which is right outside my front door. That's it.
You know, I'm very curious about this. And one more thing, while it's on my mind, does he have social media, Seth?
No, he does not.
Okay, good. I can rule that out, or at least we don't think he does. Does he have
I
a
love
cell
you,
phone?
Lily.
He does have a cell phone.
Where's the cell phone?
At his mom and stepfather's.
Didn't take his cell phone. Seth, is he like every other boy in America glued to his cell phone?
When he has access to it.
What do you mean by that? When does he have access?
When he has access to like YouTube and stuff like that, he is glued to his phone because he likes to watch videos about Minecraft, and he likes to watch videos of people playing Minecraft.
Okay, you do know that is social media because people can talk to each other on Minecraft. Did you know that? I didn't know that.
No, what I'm talking about is the videos.
No.
He watches videos of people playing it on YouTube.
Does he play it?
I think he has it for his Switch at his mom's house, but he does not. And he's glued
I'm coming,
to that
Peggy.
all the
I'm
time.
coming. What? She's got to talk. Hold on.
He's an idiot. He's an idiot. Yes, these kids can talk to people when they're playing the game.
Off of a Nintendo Switch?
Yes, you can go to YouTube and watch somebody playing the game and you can talk to them. On YouTube. Yes, ma'am. Ask Danny.
Oh, I don't even know what a Nintendo Switch is.
If that child had access to YouTube and is watching videos of gamers, he can talk to the gamers and people in chat.
Ew.
Yeah, and don't say slay either.
Well, it doesn't mean that he's an idiot because he didn't know.
Well, okay, I'll be nice. Well, I don't know. You called somebody else an idiot. You called somebody else the other day an idiot, so it's fair.
I know. I'm just teasing you. I'm just teasing you.
I know. And like I said, and they said that he had trouble with that. And that's why the mom and the stepdad didn't let him have social media because he wasn't old enough to handle it. Yeah, you can talk through the Switch. But at home, he didn't have access to that. But apparently when he's with the dad let him watch YouTube on his phone. So if he's watching Minecraft YouTube players, his dad probably didn't realize he was probably talking to somebody. I think we just saw something that we didn't know before.
They can go into the YouTube and history, and I don't know if it tells you where all they've chatted at. I don't know how that
like
would work.
I said, I'm hoping. Well, they said that
law enforcement took this phone.
That's what I'm saying. They looked at everybody's phones and the Switch and all that. So if he did, they would know it. But I'm like listening to him, and I'm thinking, you don't even know if your son was. You don't know that. I mean, I told you about my kid, and I knew. I knew what was going on. What happened? I missed it. What did Arrow say? God
bless it.
Hey, I do that when I'm on the phone.
I was meaning on the game thingy.
The Switch?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
I don't know how, but his phone would be the one I'd look for. That's where I would go look at his phone. If he was playing that at his dad's, I'll bet you'll find he did. But I was just gonna say to Angel, I've done that when I'm talking on the phone to say Nikki or Danny, and I'll say they M this or they did. I said, wait a minute, I'm not on YouTube. I can say that word.
if I'm talking to somebody, I will even like here in the house, and they'll be looking at me like something's wrong with me because I'll say unalived, or even at work I do it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, what?
Can't say the M word. Can't say the C word. But okay, go ahead. I'll go back to my muted self now.
Okay.
We need a forensic search of that phone pronto, Seth, because
yes.
I find it very curious if he went voluntarily, that he didn't take the phone with him. Okay? Because it'd be a cold day in HELL that either one of my 16-year-olds would go anywhere without their phone. And it's not just them. I mean, everybody takes their phone with them everywhere they go. It's like their magic wand. You can't be without it. So I find it interesting. Did the mom have the phone put away? Could he have taken it with him?
Most of the time I've seen the phone plugged in on the counter on the little bar in their kitchen.
Okay, I'm going to Courtney Lasky joining us,
So he don't
expert
have it that much?
in children and teens with autism. Courtney, you've been listening. Weigh in.
Yes, I absolutely agree with you, Nancy. This is a very unusual pattern of behavior that we're looking at. If this child has access to a cell phone, like you said, Minecraft is social media, YouTube is social media, anywhere that he would have access and the ability to talk with others. My concern would be related to his autism diagnosis and that deficit in communication and understanding of social skills. Is it possible that peers at school or someone has contacted him through these gaming methods? Bullying, peer pressure, was he persuaded to leave perhaps from his mom's house in the middle of the night?
Is that you jumping in, Seth?
Yes, ma'am. I know that his phone was locked down. He had no internet access. He only had the ability to take pictures on his phone, text on his phone, FaceTime, and telephone calls. Everything else was locked down on his phone.
Have the police looked at his phone? Have they taken his phone to look at who he may have been speaking to?
Yes, ma'am.
Question,
They better
where's this coming from, Aaron Cantrell, that people saw flashlights, two people with flashlights around the property the night that Sebastian disappears? And I keep seeing in all the headlines the night that Sebastian wandered off barefoot. I don't think that's what happened. He's never wandered off before. What? Go ahead, dear.
Yes, ma'am. Well, we got that video a little later, so we just got that video maybe and released it within like the last week or so. But this is from just neighborhood video, like the Ring doorbell cameras. In that subdivision from the reporting, there's not street lights there, so that's why it's so pitch black and it's so late at night.
They
But
need
you see
street
those two
lights.
flashlights. But what's interesting is where these lights are, it's almost a
Everybody
common
should
area,
have
so it wouldn't be odd if someone may have been out at that time
we
walking their
push for
dog or
that?
something of that nature. But the fact that Sebastian did leave with a flashlight, and there are two flashlights seen in
why
that
not?
video.
Why do you keep saying Sebastian did leave? Why are you saying that? Would you go out in the middle of the night and leave without your shoes on? I'm just curious. Would you, Aaron?
No, you make a good point. I would not leave without my shoes.
I don't think you would either. Even more so because you're hearing Courtney Lasky and Seth Rogers state this boy is autistic. He doesn't think the same way we think. We have to try to think like him. He liked everything in a particular routine. His routine was he wore shoes every time he went out after the ant bed incident. Okay? So, no. Why would he go missing? And let me ask you something else, Aaron Cantrell. Isn't it true that Emergency Management Agency Director Ken Widener has told us that the canines could not pick up a scent outdoors?
Exactly. They have not been able to pick up a scent. They had a false hit, but then that did not turn out to be anything, because when Sebastian went missing, it was kind of a warm day that first day, but after the next day of the search, it went extremely cold. It was rainy, which made it even more concerning, because here you have this 15-year-old who has autism with no shoes on and maybe a sweatshirt and sweatpants, but it is now cold, so they were concerned about hypothermia as well. So a lot of factors kind of changed the search as well, but they have not picked up a scent at all.
Officials have now been able to analyze home security video from that Hendersonville neighborhood and discover signs of what may have happened to Sebastian. 2 people near the family home, and as I recall, it was around 3:10 a.m.
Yeah, wash the scent
that
away.
Monday. 3:10 a.m. Who in the hay is walking around, 2 people, 2 flashlights at 3:10 a.m. in that neighborhood, and coincidentally, it is the same time during which Sebastian goes missing, which leads me to our guest, Douglas McGregor, geographic profiler specializing in violent crime and missing people. You can find him at the Geo Profiler. Douglas, thank you so much for joining us. A lot's happening right here. No canine scent outside. No shoes. No break-in. No theft. The phone's still there. Weigh in.
So if we look at each of these, the no shoes thing, there's a lot of autistic people who actually enjoy going barefoot. It connects them with the earth. They like that texture, that feel. There's a whole campaign, barefooting for autism.
Okay, let me stop you right there, Douglas. Let me stop you right there. Seth Rogers, he's right. But does that have anything to do with Sebastian? Did Sebastian go barefoot outside? Was he part of Barefoot for Autism? Do you know?
No, he's got a pair of slippers that he wears, so he doesn't have to put on socks and shoes. He puts those on if he's going to go out to the trash or check the mail and doesn't want to put socks on.
Have you seen him since the ant bed
Are his
incident?
slippers
No,
there?
outside barefoot.
No, not at my house.
Okay, all right. Back to you, Douglas McGregor. Go ahead.
So continuing on with just how he left the premises, the other question I have is the wording that law enforcement is giving out with regard to what he was wearing, the clothing, that he was in a black sweater and black sweatpants. How do we know that? Did he go to bed in that clothing? How do we know he didn't wake up in the middle of the night and change clothing? I think the wording should be he may be in a black sweatshirt and sweatpants, or he may have those things on him if they are missing from his house, but we don't know that he left in those.
That's a really good point, Seth Rogers. What about it? Is that what he slept in? How do we know that's what he was wearing?
His mom said that he was wearing black leisure pants and a black t-shirt when he went to bed.
Guys, I want you to hear what Eric Craddock, Chief Deputy of Sumner County Sheriff's, has to say.
Really wanted to come to the community and ask for your help. We need you to search your properties every day, morning and night. If there's a shed or a crawl space or up under your mobile home or a tarp that's in your yard, check it every morning and check it every night. Look for any details that something has been disturbed. If there's a shirt that was there today that wasn't there yesterday, notify us. You can really help us by searching your own property twice a day. Like I said, we're operating under the assumption that Sebastian walked off, and we really need your help to ensure that he is brought home safely.
I started thinking that after I said that.
If so,
I was thinking then that those clothes would be somewhere around there if he didn't still have on those clothes.
So, why are canines not picking up his scent? I can tell you this, Seth Rogers, and to you, Douglas McGregor, the best witness I ever put on the stand, and all the years I tried cases, and I don't mean shopliftings, I mean felony homicides, violent crimes, was a dog. If the dog tells me the dog cannot pick up a scent, I believe the dog. So I'm having a hard time accepting what I'm hearing, that this young autistic boy just wandered out in the middle of the night without shoes on. Okay, back to you, Douglas McGregor. Tell me more of your analysis.
So looking at what the canines were able to pick up, those canines should be picking up multiple scents. And it's all based on Sebastian's routine activities. Does he go to a friend's house during the week? Does he go to the corner store? Does he occasionally walk to school, even taking the bus? Those canines should be picking up all those scents from that 7 days past, because canines regularly train from scenarios where someone's gone missing from 1 hour up to 7 days, and bloodhounds can pick up even longer than 7 days. So those canines should be picking up scents. They should be tracking those scents and then ruling them out as an activity from the past that isn't associated with him going missing on that Sunday evening.
Seth Rogers, why have you been told that authorities are searching a landfill?
They told me they just wanted to make sure that there was nothing there.
Aaron Cantrell joining me, News Channel 5 out of Nashville. Aaron, what can you tell me about this landfill search?
Yeah, Nancy, so they had got a tip that potentially from the garbage workers that maybe the trash may have been off a little bit.
What do you mean by that? You can't just throw a grenade into my mind palace and expect me not to follow up. What do you mean something was off?
So basically the workers said they had the same garbage truck drivers that come to the house, and when they picked up the garbage can, it just felt more heavier than normal. So they just said that to the authorities. So just to follow up on that tip, they went out to the landfill to search, because that's where the trash is taken. There in Sumner County, they take it out there to Kentucky. So just following up on that tip, that's what kind of led them out there, because, we're used to our garbage, the same garbage truck workers coming out there. Kind of how the trash usually feels every single day. So it felt a little off for them. So that's why they told that to the authorities. So that's kind of what led them to the landfill to start looking around.
Seth Rogers, have you been asked to take a polygraph?
No.
Would you be willing to take a polygraph?
I volunteered.
I'm glad to hear that. You know why? I hold every parent to the gold standard. I don't know if you've ever heard of Mark Class. His daughter Polly was
So dad and stepdad have
kidnapped
not
from the home. She
taken
was
one.
horribly molested and murdered. When cops came to, he, like you, was separated or divorced from his wife and lived separately. You know what he said when they came at the door? He's like, take my fingerprints, search my home, search my car, search my office, do whatever you want. Find my daughter. Find who took my daughter, because it's not me. I'll take a poly. I'll do whatever you want. And they did all of that. Of course, it wasn't him, it was somebody else. But that said, has the mother and the stepfather taken a polygraph?
I know the mom has.
So she agreed to a polygraph. What about the stepfather?
I have no idea.
Guys, there is a reward for information in the search for this little autistic boy. Aaron Cantrell, I want you to take a listen to what Chief Deputy Eric Craddock has to say. Listen.
Last Monday morning at about 6:30, Sebastian was reported missing from his home. Since then, we've conducted an extensive and exhaustive search around the home, looking for any evidence, any trace of Sebastian. At this time, the decision's been made to scale back on the ground search operations. Let me be clear that this does not diminish our commitment to finding Sebastian. This is simply us transitioning from the ground search to the investigative side. We are still committed to finding Sebastian and bringing him home safe. We have no leads, no details to indicate that Sebastian is not alive.
From what I know, I can tell you that at this juncture, the family has totally cooperated with police. I'm curious about these flashlights. Back to you, Aaron Cantrell, joining us from News Channel 5.
Sad how all these
Aaron,
kids.
I'm deducing, nobody's told me this, that the flashlights of apparently two people were seen in that neighborhood. Was it on Ring Cam?
Yeah, they believe it's a kind of a neighborhood kind of video, so either Ring or some version of that in the neighborhood, which I'm in a Facebook group called Finding Sebastian Rogers, and neighbors have posted in there, like one neighbor said if he would have walked near their house, you have those automatic lights that sometimes come on, but that didn't come on. But in the video with the flashlights, you see two flashlights. That's all you can see because it's so dark. There's no street lights in the neighborhood. But you see two lights walking towards kind of a, to the right of the video. But then you see, I think it may be into a wooded area. And then one of those lights, both those lights disappear. But then you see one person stay away, but then some other person or thing comes back into the camera. So that's kind of odd too, because you see two flashlights leave and then you see some sort of body of something of one person walk back through the camera.
I'm curious, how close were the flashlights to their home, to Sebastian's home?
Very close. So it's kind of right behind the home, kind of in like a common area of the neighborhood. So, like a subdivision, there may be kind of like some grassier area. Maybe people may walk their dogs, that sort of thing. So it's kind of a common area, but very close to Sebastian's home.
So these flashlights of, we think, 2 people were right behind Sebastian's home. Is that correct, Aaron?
Yes.
Okay. Are you also telling me that there are lights that come on automatically that are motion censored on Sebastian's home?
That's what one of the neighbors alluded to in a Facebook post early on in the investigation. You know, there was a Facebook group started, and, you know, right now it's flooded with a lot of individuals. But in the beginning, it was definitely more just family and neighbors. And one neighbor did mention that if he was to have walked by their home, their motion lights would have come on if he walked on the side of their home. So that was kind of odd too, because that's why the neighbor said that was suspicious to her, because her light normally comes on if anybody walks past the home.
And Aaron, the motion activated lights on Sebastian and the neighbor's home did not come on.
No. Which is in the video when you see the flashlights, that's why all you can see are the 2 dots of the flashlight. You can't really see anything else.
Okay. Oh, it's still on in the background. Okay. There. Woo! Yeah, I couldn't imagine, JB. Her comment has blue around it. It's weird compared to. So, Mr. Proudfoot posted on his FB, when you plan something well, there's no need to rush. I'm sorry, but that just is eerie. To me. This is a 18 and up chat only. So if you're under the age of 18, you cannot be in here. No if, ands, or buts about it. And when you become older, you will understand. Let's see here. Okay. Hi, girl. Hey, Alexis. What are you dogs eating? Okay, so what is y'all, do y'all have any thoughts or opinions on anything like the stepdad said or anything? I need some chocolate. Peggy, I don't know if you're talking, but if you are, we can't hear you. I don't think she is. I think she had a phone call, didn't she?
No, I'm fixing my kid's plate.
Oh, okay. Sam, quit. Oh, y'all have like a comedy skit coming up from Ken soon. All right, y'all.
Bless our souls.
They're trying to roll in. You got 3 times. You got 3 times.
Damn, he got hit and he got hit and he got timed out. Boy, that boy's in the
shift forward.
His ass is gonna hurt when he's done with that one.
Oh man.
Well, just because I was curious, I did look up, and it said, I asked if a dog could lose the scent, and they said yes.
I can't hear you.
Why can't you hear me? Hang on.
I can hear you now.
Wait a minute. I know I got the wrong thing in my ear. Hang on. Is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was hanging. I asked Google if a dog could lose the scent, and they said yes. We can lose skin and hair every time we walk. So if we're on pavement and it's extremely hot outside, the sun will burn off the scent in 15 minutes or less. The second element is rain. Heavy rain can also wipe away a tracking scent trail. Or if you want to get away from tracking dogs, use cayenne pepper. Because apparently cayenne pepper will throw them off your track as well.
Yeah.
So if it rained in that area after he went missing, that might be why they can't get his scent. But I just think that he got into a vehicle somehow, some way.
Hey, Austin.
And I still can't believe that's such a... And I'm going to use the word because I don't know any other word to use. To me, it looks like a hoity-toity neighborhood. Why nobody has any video cameras?
Yeah.
I don't get that.
It's crazy. Sam, I said leave him alone.
If I lived in more than the trailer I live in, I bet you today I would have some cameras up. Oh, you went to a wedding. Congratulations. Mr. Turn Me Down 3 times. Could have been our wedding. I had to throw that out there for good measure. I keep hoping that we're going to turn this laptop phone on one morning and there's going to be Sebastian found and safe.
Wouldn't that be amazing? That would be so amazing. I check when I get up in the mornings. I check to see if there's, if something happened like while I was asleep overnight. But
Yeah.
Of course.
Austin, are you talking about the couple's first dance as husband and wife? Like I said, that could have been our wedding, but you turned me down 3 times. Just saying. I gotta do it.
Go dance your heart out. Dance your heart out.
He found a girl. Yay! Never too late for Chinese takeout, Marion. Never too late.
Oh, you found a girl to date? Heck hell yeah.
We better get details. We better get details. Because these mama bears want to know who's hanging out with their Austin.
I'm having Chinese takeaway. Oh.
I said it's never too late for... If it can be 2 o'clock in the morning, you can have Chinese.
Mm-hmm. That sounds so good.
But we're going to need details. And a picture.
Chinese is the best. Oh, what I was saying was y'all are going to have like a funny skit thing from Kenny. He is planning a skit for y'all.
That's right, Danny. You tell him. You tell him, Mama Danny.
She can't date you unless all your mother hens approve, Austin. That's right.
He said she's his age, so that's a plus. That's good.
Chinese sounds so... It does. That just was like, oh my gosh. I love soy sauce too. It's so salty.
I like it, but I can't eat it. It makes my hands and toes swell up.
I love soy sauce on my rice. It's the best.
I'm having...
Her name is Sarah.
Ooh, that's a good name.
Is she with you right now?
Can we get a picture?
And if y'all don't care, please hit the like button. I'm having chicken and mushroom and oyster sauce.
Oh my God.
Oh, no, I can't do all that.
I could. I'm doing chicken spaghetti.
The oyster sauce or the mushrooms. That has got to go.
No, she's got to keep it.
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, she likes your jokes. Ooh, Austin.
She loves my jokes and goofiness. Is she with you, Austin? Tell her we said hi. I'm so happy for you. That's awesome.
We got to take a pretty picture. We need a pretty picture.
Lose my voice a little bit. Oh, I don't know. I went live a little sooner than I normally do, and now that I've done what I plan on getting up here and doing, now it's...
Ooh, a breakfast date tomorrow morning.
Yeah, we are going... Ooh. You gonna have some biscuits and gravy? I thought I wouldn't like the oyster sauce, but it's really good. I don't know about that. That
A
sounds
date with bacon.
like the sea.
Ha ha ha. A date with bacon's a good date. Just saying. That's my kind of date.
Go to the Waffle House or something. Mm. You won't regret it. Oh, that's why it was... Okay, I see. Never mind. I'm so excited for you, Austin. Has there been any updates on the bridge? Have they found any more survivors yet? Does anybody know?
I haven't heard anything.
Let me check. Baltimore Bridge update. 6 missing workers presumed dead 9 minutes ago. Here. Oh, never mind. I gotta subscribe. Well, no, wait.
Welcome, Morgan. Glad to see you're over 18.
Consider this your sign to stock up on sign day. Because right now
I'm
at
just going to
Vistaprint,
show y'all
all
from my
signs
phone.
are 20% off. So you can bring in business with durable banners. Make your message stand out with yard signs. Stock them in their tracks with retractable banners. If you need it, we print it at Vistaprint.com.
And after that, we'll be able to take a few questions, but we do need to keep it brief because we want to get these folks back to work. With that, I'd like to introduce Rear Admiral Shannon Gilreath.
Hey, good evening, everyone. First, I'd like to say thank you to all of the first responders that have come out today to assist in looking for these individuals. We've had tremendous support across the state and county and city and federal enterprise. You've seen for yourself the helicopters flying over, the small boats that are out there, the Coast Guard cutter that's out there, the boats that go back and forth, bringing people out on scene to search for these individuals. So thank you to this entire community for helping in that regard. Second, I want to say thank you to the community for the outpouring of support to those first responders, and particularly the outpouring of support and prayers and support for the families of the 6 individuals. So I would like to announce tonight that based on the length of time that we've gone in this search, the extensive search efforts that we've put into it, the water temperature, that at this point, we do not believe that we're going to find any of these individuals still alive. And so this evening at around 7:30, we are going to suspend the active search and rescue efforts. Coast Guard's not going away. None of our partners are going away, but we're just going to transition to a different phase. And so I'm going to turn it over to Colonel Butler, please.
Hey, AR.
Good evening, and thank you all for being here. To echo the Admiral's comments here, we really appreciate the support from the community. To all the first responders here, we appreciate your patience and allowing us to do the best job possible to get the information as it comes up. At this point, as the Admiral said, we're going away from the search and rescue portion to a recovery operation. The changing conditions out there have made it dangerous for the first responders, the divers in the water. We will still have surface ships out overnight. At 0600 hours tomorrow, we're hoping to put divers in the water and begin a more detailed search to do our very best to recover those 6 missing people.
Oh, man.
Who's that, Chad?
Thank you. With that, we have time for just a few questions. We know there's a lot of questions that still have to be answered, and we do have time for just a few. So if we could take a few, please.
So do we think it's still just 6? If there's talk of maybe other cars on the bridge?
All the information we have is 6 individuals.
Got it.
Yes, sir.
Can you go into detail about how difficult this might be for the recovery phase of this now? Like, what kind of challenges are you up against?
Well, I'll start by saying I'm going to turn it over to the experts on diving. I'm not an expert on diving, but we've got very difficult water temperatures. You have structures from the bridge that are in the water that can move with the tides and currents, making that dangerous for divers and people in the water to actually try to do recovery. And we do not want to injure any of these first responders in this recovery effort. We absolutely want to be as safe as possible for everyone involved in this. And I'll let see if Colonel has anything he wants to add.
Can you go into specifics about what the search and rescue entailed, like were there scuba divers or was everything above water, sonar, any sort of equipment that might have been utilized over the past 12 months?
From the outset, we moved all those resources in with dive teams from various state, local, and county agencies. We also use sonar. We're doing our very best in some very difficult times and difficult conditions, which is why we're making that transition now. The last thing we want to do is put divers in the water with changing currents, low temperatures, very poor visibility, and so much metal and other unknown objects in the water.
Go never daddy.
All it takes is one object to strike an individual, and all of a sudden we have a first responder trying to recover another first responder. I think at 0600 we'll find ourselves in a better position to understand the dynamics of what we're dealing with and to address the issue in a much safer manner.
Did the authorities have 6 IDs now, and have those victims each been contacted, those families, I should say?
I can't speak on that. That's still in the investigative portion of this.
Difficulties in actually retrieving the remains. Have any remains been retrieved so far? We've also heard reports that there might be individuals trapped inside of vehicles, that there might be debris that becomes it more challenging for FBI and other law enforcement to deploy.
All of that is unknown at this point. And as I said, we have to cease operations. We can't start again until we can assure the safety of those divers and the rescue personnel that are going to participate in this. If we look at how challenging it is at a simple motor vehicle crash to extract an individual, I'm sure we can all imagine how much harder it is to do it in inclement weather, when it's cold, under the water, with very limited to no visibility.
Just to clarify, no remains have been removed thus far by
Hold on a second.
and the 2 who were rescued alive.
That is correct.
So, Colonel, you're confident then that no other vehicles made it onto that bridge, whether it collapsed or as it was collapsing, I should say?
Based upon the fact the original information that was provided, the Maryland Transportation Authority Police Department was able to shut down traffic. Is there the possibility that there was another vehicle in there other than those vehicles involved in the construction process? I think we all would have to understand, yes, that's a distinct possibility. As unfortunate as it may be, it's a distinct possibility. However, we don't have any information to support that at this point. Ma'am?
Bring the divers out. Do you have an idea of where the individuals are, if they were in cars or not? And do you know how long the recovery effort is going to take?
We do not know at this point. I'm sure as you've seen some of the aerial photos, there is a tremendous amount of debris in the water from containers hanging on ships. We have to make sure those are shored up. We're going to work with structural engineers to help them understand how to navigate and address the challenges of having bridge structure in the water that may be sharp,
Yeah.
that could puncture a suit, that could puncture an airline. All of these are things that we must take our time with.
Do you know where the victims are located? This last question, by the way.
I'm sorry?
Where the victims are located in the water? Have you been able to find them yet, or if they're in waters or not?
At this point, we do not know where they are, but we intend to give it our best effort to help these families find closure.
How might inclement weather tomorrow impact the recovery efforts?
Very clearly it could, but we're going to do everything in our power to help these families find closure.
How stable has both been throughout the process?
Folks, we're gonna be establishing a unified command as well as a joint information.
Y'all, that's so sad. That is so sad. You just normally driving over a bridge like you would any other day, and
yeah,
we're gonna have to take the dogs out. Come on, boys.
She's gonna leave us alone, everybody. You know what that means. She's taking us with her. She didn't trust us. Look.
My sister won't go. Come this door. Come on, boys, this way.
She wouldn't leave us alone. She didn't trust us.
Hell no.
What are you doing?
The dogs want to go outside.
I'm doing that, I am.
Yeah.
Heard that.
Heard that too.
Is he sitting in his skivvies? We want to see him sitting in his skivvies.
She asked if you were sitting in your skippies.
Yep.
Do they have Spider-Man on them?
You said, do they have Spider-Man on them?
SpongeBob.
Did he say Carrot Top?
He said SpongeBob.
Oh, SpongeBob. I thought he said Carrot Top. I'm like, what? My next guess was going to be Hulk Hogan, or the Hulk, but that's hey.
Hulk. Oh wow, I'm so sorry for your hometown. Our small town lost a senior in high school due to
Oh, good Lord.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, I'm so sorry. Oh wow.
It's never an answer.
Come on, boys. Come on, Sam.
So sad.
Ace, where are you at?
Over here, Mom. Give me a minute. I'm not done.
It's cold out here. Come on, boy. Good boy. Come on.
There's Drunk.
Hey, Drunk. Just a question. Do y'all think this was a low-key attack on America or just a random misfortune type?
Misfortune.
I haven't looked into any of it yet, but from what I understand, it was just a misfortune. The what you call it? The engine stopped. They'll know if they look at it, right? It'll show them.
Mm-hmm. They would know. But everything the captain said, and everything, it was just a misfortune. It just,
yeah.
It was equipment failure. It wasn't his fault. It was the barge wouldn't steer because the power kept going out.
Oh, that's so sad. I couldn't imagine. Like, I don't know how fast she would hit the water. I know diving off bridges, you go pretty quick. So I say you would probably fall quick. So I was wondering, did they have time to think of what their next move was going to be to get out of that car before they hit that water?
I would think
they had time to do that. Did they?
I know when you're getting pulled behind the boat and you're hitting that water, and then you come off the thing that's pulling you and you go like this, that water gets hard. It's not soft. From experience, I'm just saying. I did a cartwheel and everything. And it hurt.
Drunk, thanks. We are working on the audio now. We'll have it up shortly. Are you going live, Carl? Shit. Let me see. when I was little, we used fish under that bridge, and later I used to bury there.
Ooh, dinner made me hot.
You okay?
Yeah. Dinner just made me hot.
Oh, super streams about this all day. I will post. Oh, okay. Okay. They was working them ships under there all the time. You don't pay attention to them. I'm tired as hell.
Oh, shoot. Hang on. Go ahead. Oh. Oh, goodness. Oh, be careful. Thank you. I was going to give you my bowl, but your hands were full.
I reckon I'm going to get off here and
thank you.
Go in here and get ready and lay
you.
down. I'm tired. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm tired.
She didn't get an energy drink on the way home today.
No.
No energy today.
I haven't been sleeping well, and I'm just exhausted.
Well,
I don't know, drunk, but it made me think of that beach scene in Leave the World Behind. Oh.
Well, I will say goodnight then, so you can go to beddy bye.
Leave the World Behind was, and you're no conspiracy, but okay. Well, I love you and thank you for coming up here.
Thank you for asking me to join you. Everybody in the chat, love y'all. Let me get up here. I gotta find this stinking button. Bye.
I love y'all, and y'all have a good night. I don't sleep either. I've been up and down, up and down, up and down, like ever since Saturday night when I first started vomiting. And then last night I was up and down sick again. And I don't know what it is, but it's dragging my energy like way down. But me, myself, I'm like trying to fight it. I'm pushing against it, trying to fight it. And I'm just getting really exhausted because it's almost like just like a virus. But I have like a cough. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just dragging me the hell down. And I'm freaking sick and tired of it, and I'm going to win. So it might as well give up, right? Drunk, thank you for coming by. I hope you have amazing dreams too. Get you some rest. Everybody, try to get y'all some sleep, man. Just try. I'm going to take me 3 ibuprofen and a heartburn pill. That's it. And then I'm going to go to bed. Of course, I'll scroll YouTube until my eyes shut. But it don't take long. I just go to somebody that is like, can put me to sleep. I'll just say that. I'll just go find a channel that can put me to sleep. And bam. So, good night. I love y'all, and I appreciate y'all. And please hit the like button, and just know that I love y'all more than you will ever know. and appreciate y'all more than you will ever know. Hi, your fave fairy. If you're under age 18, please exit the building. The whole building. The entire building. Okay. Sweet dreams. I love you. See, it's like I'm so tired and I want to get off, but then like telling y'all bye, I hate having to tell y'all bye. I don't know why. I just do. It bothers me. It's not a goodbye. I'll see you later. I'll talk to you later. If y'all need me, let me know. I'll let y'all get off here now, and I'll go in here and... Oh, yeah, I gotta put his work clothes. Son of a gun in the wash. Oh, okay. Good night, y'all. I love y'all. Bye-bye. There's kisses for all of y'all. Sam, you wanna go to bed, baby?